Yo, it's the mayor, man. Back in this thing. We gonna do a segment, man. We gonna do this segment. We gonna do a reaction video mixed in with some good game, you know, mixed in with some opinions. You know what I'm saying? On this Big Meech first interview, you know, I've been sitting back purposely, just why people run through it, grabbing and do what they do, and before I even get started on it, it's doing numbers. But I still stand on my square and say it could have broke the internet. It could have broke the internet like, on the Cat Williams level, you know what I'm saying? Now, not saying they're not doing Cat Williams like numbers, but everybody been waiting for Big to get, they was tearing them 30 seconds shorts up of Big Meech whenever he said something, even when he just showing outfits, taking pictures. So, they've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally he got on the platform. And I like the setup. It look like, a little, it look like some time and some finances was spent on the segment, on the setup, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, that's a part of the quality. But the quality come in the content. You know, you done you got people like Charleston White that did stuff in his car and he done got, millions of views. You know what I'm saying? Viral. You got females that just get on here and just look at you. Get hundreds of thousands of views, you know what I'm saying? Daily. Um, this right here for the been the interview, of the year. You know, since he been home. He been home going on a year now or whatnot. So people been waiting on this interview. And if I was to give it a 1 to 10, I give it a 6. And the only reason I give it a 6 is because when he did let Big Meech speak, people was, on the stories and how he did things and, how he operated this, how he spent his money and how he got, how he made it help his money helped him get closer to these people and that, it was basically a preview. Now, if he go to a bigger platform that's gonna sit up and ask him the questions and let him talk, oh, that one go outdo, that one go cast a big shadow over the one he just did. I don't know who the guy was that's interviewing him. I don't know if he was his relative, his kinfolk or what, as he would say his cuz, because he said he was on Crip time. That's it's not. I ain't gonna say that, but he was on Crip time, so he was on game time when he was in there. And I already know it was like, hey man, certain things, don't even bring up. But it was certain things that he almost alluded to himself in that interview. So, we go, you know, do a little, I'm gonna say my first review. So y'all bear with me, man. I'm trying to, expand. Just expanding and, in a different direction. But I always go stay at this core, you know what I'm saying? Good game, you know what I'm saying? Down south, Big Birmingham, at all time, good game. So, yeah, let me, and some of this stuff, he surprised me when he mentioned Blue name. He surprised me as much as the campaign been going on. The campaign Blue went on about somebody they didn't mention, Tammy Collins. He mentioned Blue name, and that what really made me click. Like, oh, okay, and they touched on that and went on about their business. You know what I'm saying? But he acknowledged Blue as a gang member, not Blue, but Jeezy, and that kind of had me like, But I remember when Jeezy and Gucci had that little thing, they said Jeezy's cousin was a crook from Cali. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to this. Let me get on this interview, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about it a little bit, man. And I hope I don't. I hope I don't disappoint y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cause this is my first one. You know what I'm saying? So y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. It's an hour and something, but I'm gonna kind of go through it kind of fast. You know what I'm saying? So this, if you want to find this interview, you go. This is not a real podcast, and Ice Water Viso. That's where you can find it. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to put it in the description. You know. So now, right now, they talking about what was going on in the nightlife. And how everything came gelled together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Talk about the club scene and how when they came in, you know, the club would be dry, until BMF came through. You know what I'm saying? You throw a $40, $50, that's our night, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to when they got on the scene, bills got paid, tuitions got paid, you know what I'm saying? Rent got paid, car note got paid, and just letting them know they run to the city, but already the dude that's sitting to his right, cutting him off like he was there. Boy, you a baby. Even from where bro said, you a baby, man. Hold up, now slow down. Let me, and it's all in the, you can even look at all in the comments. In the comment, they even saying, hey, bro, basically pump your brakes, man, let the man talk. Because people want to hear about the extravagant adventures of Big Meech and BMF. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear it too. Something new. Okay, so he just asked him. So basically, he's saying BMF was the creators of Make It Rain. He said, how did y'all come up with Make It Rain? He said, because all the ones was garbage. So I remember a little bit after this, so I'm gonna speed along. He basically told him, man, when you get this type of money, the Connect don't want no ones, the Connect don't want no fives, they barely taking tens. And this I know. You know what I'm saying? So, you got bags of that. You got bags of that. Or you got a abundance of that. You just take that to the club and throw that out, and that's like giving back. That go all the way back to the big man. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of his name up there in the D. You know what I'm saying? Maserati. You know what I'm saying? Convertible Burt. You know what I'm saying? A couple of names I ain't gonna name down here in my city where they doing time for they is a little guy named Bay Boy. A good friend of mine that I consider a brother. You know what I'm saying? He used to do that. And I know he was plugged in with these boys around here. You know what I'm saying? I know it. You know what I'm saying? And as he tell on him, when he was like where you had houses at, the last one or next to the last one he said before he said Florida, he said Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, I think he said he had a loft here. You know what I'm saying? Ones and fives got. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Yeah, my bad. Won't take no ones and fives.
we try to walk around with hundreds and fifty so we don't look like drug dealers. Yeah. So you definitely don't want to go. Just take $5,000 at once and put like that shit looks stupid. And see how long it's gonna take because they got to understand they're gonna count it. They ain't not gonna weigh it or none of that. They're gonna count one for one. Make sure. You know what I'm saying? And so it's only so much crime and jury that they'll let you that Meech. They take no Meech teeth. They take no whole one. So now you stuck with them. So you look up, we got garbage bags full of ones and fives. So guess what we can get rid of that? The strip club.
The strip club, see?
Pay for the kids, look out for the kids, everything. Do that.
Look out for
I
the
got
kids. Yeah.
$350,000 worth of ones and fives. We're going to go to $350,000.
So basically making it rain was giving back.
Dang, right. And finding something to do with it. Look at the Chamber Brothers. Look at the video they did in the 80s. They threw the one. What we gonna do with all this? Yeah. Just gonna throw it back. Just gonna give it back. Okay, that's because that's the Detroit way. That was our era. So now you turn it into make it rain, but they don't understand it's a method to your madness. It's two things that you're getting out of it. One, I'm getting more clientele. Attracted to it. Like, damn, this nigga just threw my reel. You know what I'm saying?
That boy cold. That boy said, hey, they might have $350,000 in one. And they throwing it at the club. And you got people in the sideline. He said, man, he just threw my re-up money. He said it's a method to his madness. And he said this back in the day. He said, you see dudes over there with bottles and, you know, this and that. Now, they gave the scribbles and stuff to one, but when they order their bottles, they go in the pocket and get the 50s, the 100s, the 20s, and get their bottles. And they said, you know, but they said, you know, as he gonna say later on here, you got to see dudes seeing that like, damn, he just threw my re-up money. That's where he got his thing he called, if you can't beat them, join them. He said that brought along a lot of clientele. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these dudes sitting over in amazement, you know what I'm saying, to hear these stories. And me sitting back like, as a boss, yeah, that's how you do that. So instead of soaking up the game, but I just feel like, dude, like I said, with the Scully on, you know, both of them, I'm looking at the picture now, both of them over there, you know, with the little Kool-Aid smile on, just to be sitting and hearing this, you know, and that right there, that part right there, that would intrigue folk. That what intrigued us during the Scarface era. You see what I'm saying? That would intrigued us through even the paid in full era, you know, when the paid in full came out, you know, and here come Big Meech, you know what I'm saying, living it in real life. It's not on a movie. But these movies come from stories and you know, real life account, you know what I'm saying, and accounts and events. So it inspire you know, like he said, the Chambers brothers, you know. Yeah, you know, even in the 80s, you had to, man, to have a cell phone or to have a video camera, you had to have some money. You know, back then, when you was in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, you had a cell phone, you was two things. And it was all determined by the color of your skin. You was the dope man, or you was a executive, you know, with a company, and that was all determined by your color. You get pulled like late '80s, early '90s. My dude had a cell phone. You know, the big boy, look like, you know, the ones you finna call in the airplanes with. You know what I'm saying? We got pulled over one time, man, and she got took out the car. Mom just grabbed up from school. I'm about 10 years old at the time. Yeah, 1990. I was 10 years old. And that man the police went through my mama whole car. She just got out. She worked at a cookie factory. My mom had like 2 or 3 jobs at one time. She worked at the cookie factory, you know, food, and 2 food restaurants. I'm gonna just say that. And she just picked us up from, you know, granny house. You know what I'm saying? And we head home. We get pulled over. He said he pulled us over because she didn't signal. But because she had a cell phone, he automatically figured she was on, you know, drug dealer time. And my mom was in the car smelling like fresh baked cookies from Greg Cookies, now known as Buds. And he made us get out the car and search the whole car, called 2 more units and a dog. But my mama worked hard. My mama worked hard. You know what I'm saying? Never, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mama went from working hard to being a club owner, owned 2 clubs. You know what I'm saying? And it's still known in the city. Her name still carried on in the city and didn't go that way. But if you had a cell phone back in that day, you was considered 2 things, depending on your color, like I said. But back to the video.
I'm trying to get out. Yeah, can't beat them training program. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the girls, you done bless the girls. You got them dancing all night, you throwing one shower and them with money. Now the next man like, shit, I gotta get my money together. I already know what kind of girl she is.
And that shit built the brand up.
Built the brand.
They passing the word around.
How many strippers you feel like whose lives you changed, like put through school? And,
A lot of them.
What do that got to
when,
do?
When girls are stripping, because they...
How many strippers do you think you changed their life? A lot. He said a lot of them. What do they got to do? He just jumped all the way off topic, but some people say it's still on topic. You just jumped all the way off topic because you fascinated. You want to know how many like this man really go know. It was 103 or 104 precisely, no more than 104. Man, this man probably thousands because he in 6, 7 states, got home in 6, 7 states like he said. So if you go in one state and you go in this club, or this it's got 3 strip clubs, you go in them 3, that's 100 easy right there. We ain't even say 100, that says 60. You know, but they got shifts. So that's 60. So it can't be hundreds. This man had probably, you know, I know thousands. He had a long run from, as he said, they was investigating him for 15 years. From 90 to 2005. But this guy here so fascinated with it, man. This could have been a great interview. It's at 1 million views right now. But this right here for to be double this. But it's like the questions that they ain't structured. They just sit back piling, which I understand, but it's a lot of fascination in this. You know what I'm saying?
Then they had to.
Yeah, that's back when a girl may be going to college in Atlanta and be a good girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be a good girl, nice girl, but she can't get the extra. You know what I'm saying? She can't get a little bit to just stay floating. Like, you know, a pizza is a big deal. Well, if you buy the girls pizza that stay in the dorm or something, you know,
flex
let
out,
it on, get them to cut the line for the club and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like that all that type of stuff was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I turned around and we just took and man, we take care of so many. It's too many to count.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm grateful that God had put me and my people in that position.
Ain't no question. You any of them ever like tapped in with you like that? Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. You did a lot for me.
Yeah, you got white chocolate, OG India, sugar.
See, he know they by name.
Strawberry.
Who was your favorite stripper back in the day? Just
Shit. White chocolate.
I gotta see white chocolate.
Fascination.
I gotta see sugar.
You want to know who is your favorite
We
stripper?
gotta see white chocolate.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I always wanted to know, right? Like, so you know what y'all did with like Jeezy, right? Y'all changed the game. Y'all made us realize because me, Peasy, all us, we came up from having a movement. You know what I'm saying? With the music. And when I say having a movement, just niggas just sticking together. Going to the clubs together, going to niggas shows together. We all moving together, moving on one accord, and that recipe.
Man, if y'all could only look see Meech's face when dude saying, me and this dude, we come up having a movement. Man, y'all in y'all 20s, probably barely touching 30. Meech been gone 20 years, so if you 30 and you gone 20 years, you were 10 years old. How y'all had a movement? How you heard about Jeezy? You got on the Jeezy. Just say he 35. You 15 years old. Okay, how you gonna have a movement? This dude got to be some kin to him or you know, in the family or something like, you know, he got to be. Cause he trying to put himself up there with Meech. You know what I'm saying? He trying to put himself up there with Meech. And Meech, I guarantee you, Meech to tell him right on the back, boy, nah. If he was still active in the back of that time, he would have told you to go home. Go home. cause he there with you. So obviously he care about you. He told you to go home, but this what I saw a lot in my life. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, as we used to call it, D-Ride, the person who got it, and bro go speak on Big Meech go speak on this that part too when he asked him a question about how you knew who to go to in each city. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just checking out the fascination. Take some off, bro. Like, yeah, he's sitting right there with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but take some off. This ain't this ain't interview material. This sit down in the living room or kicking the bobo, and just chopping it up how it was or how it was because man, tell me a story, man. This story time. This ain't an interview.
He came from watching them Smack DVDs, watching y'all, you know what I'm saying, and what it did for Jeezy career. Was that shit strategic?
I mean, it was organic like that. It was organic. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, Jeezy family, and he was a part of that life.
Yeah.
Okay, so in him being a part of that life, like we might be sitting up counting a few $1 million. So he'll bring them CDO. Look, I made this. I was in the studio last night. This, that, and other. So while we count money, we listening to it, and then I pick out my favorite. I like number 1. I like number 10. I like number 16. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And so we gonna play this tonight at the club.
What was that moment you knew like that? This nigga done took the fuck up. We really.
Everybody was singing the words to that shit. In Majesty, before we even pull up, when we pulling up, stuff like that. I damn near had tears in my eyes, cause I'm like, we really finna make it.
How did you bump into Jeezy?
Jeezy actually, I knew one of Jeezy's cousins that was in the game, but Blue had brought Jeezy in.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's really how he got in. Blue had brought him in, on some Crip shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he brought him around. But it wasn't until I was finna go to jail that I knew that they had any type of animosity towards each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blue used to be like, man, I told you should sign him. You should have signed him. You should have signed him. At the time when Jeezy was unsigned, I was dealing with the double murder. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had got picked up. I only did 26 days in the county jail on Wright Street for that double murder. Then I got a bond. The only person.
Okay, so he did cooperate with Blue said. You know what I'm saying? So we go along. We ain't finna go through this whole thing. We gonna go down a little bit.
Yo, shoot. And you pulled up in a bigger Maybach.
Whatever.
And throw Holmes home, and have Holmes fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I want to say his name, you know what?
Yeah. No.
Is that real? That
No, it was true, but Hove had a 6 deuce. He had a 6 deuce, gray. He had a platinum.
Though.
He had a platinum. That was his color. That was his thing. He had a platinum 6 deuce.
Yeah.
I had 2 though. I got 1 6 deuce, black and burgundy, 2-tone, and then I had 1 57S, which is a 57 special.
Yeah.
All white. Only white one in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, only white.
So he had the bitch over there. He pulled up 2 of them bitches.
So we pulled up 2, one on each side of her.
They said, nigga ass, who the fuck is this? Who shit is this? They like, it's Meech shit.
Fuck my nigga, whole stun up.
Fuck me up, man.
But that's one thing that the world embraced about us is that everywhere we go, we spend money and they love it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck what side of Detroit you from. Just Detroit people, Detroit niggas, period. They love our girls because our women is hustlers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always, they just not anything,
Yeah. And they ain't going for anything.
Right, and they ain't going for anything. And then the men always, we feel like we on vacation. We brought money to spend and do our thing. We want to be remembered.
Yeah.
And that's what each and every one of us from the city want to be remembered. So we leave a mark everywhere we go, and it'll be a good mark. It's not like, them Detroit niggas came down here shooting up everything.
Yeah, nah.
Trying to kill everybody. Like, that was never our way. Our way was more player. You know what I'm saying? Our way was always being more player. We want the notoriety We want to be known as them ones.
Is that why they call us Detroit players?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
You know, you
But I
got.
feel like niggas know at the same time, like we ain't looking for nothing, but we ain't ducking no wreck.
No,
like,
we definitely ain't ducking no record.
Yeah.
They know that.
Yeah.
Okay, stop on that part. What was the point in that? What was the point? Ain't nobody, not trying to sound like, but ain't nobody nowhere as a man ducking no problem. You know. But salute to the D. He true facts, big facts. You know what I'm saying? But as he will also tell you, hey, the air war, you know, you might have but yeah, you might have 20, and out of them 15 don't want no problem. Them 5 right there, they go hit hard like them 15 they didn't want no, that's anywhere, you know what I'm saying? You can't be playing around, not in this day and time, and then at that time, coming in, because, you know, you were responsible for a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the entourage came in. You know, it was the day was over with where you can go, one person can go somewhere and sow seeds and gather a team over here and just going as a one man show, one man army, and people embrace you. Now you had to go with the goon squad because people weren't gonna like what you were doing. This was the as I call the beginning of the era of the FB. You know what I'm saying? The lames. So you couldn't go but somewhere else by yourself and, you know, collect and, you know, put something together. You had to go with a squad. I saw this. You know what I'm saying? I saw this.
Oh, like down, like niggas running around there empty-handed. You know what I'm saying? So they know what time it is, but the thing is, we always got that respect. It wasn't like, oh, that's a Detroit nigga, I'm a rob him.
Yeah.
They like, nah, I ain't running up on that nigga.
How the fuck you meet Jacob?
Jacob.
Like, just I'm talking about on the jury side, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I keep listening.
What made y'all
But
start
you know,
something?
he was the jeweler. He was the jeweler of the stars then, at the time, right?
I'm back.
And what I loved about Jacob, now mind you,
You just do a
being
couple
in
more
Detroit,
minutes.
dude, you know, we done shopped at Rainfield Plaza was the thing back then in the day. And you know, even when you go there, you gotta order this, order. Like if you say you want a 20
I'm gonna
carat,
fast forward this a little bit.
you gotta do. Well, we had an after party, which was the Westin, which used to be called the Swiss Hotel.
That bitch is a move.
Yeah, that shit was like that. They always gave me the presidential suite, the governor's suite. You know, go out there, have as many people as I want up there, and all that. So,
I ain't gonna lie, Meech, you turned a lot of niggas up. You made a lot of niggas stars. You made a lot of niggas notable, credible.
From the heart, though.
And I'm saying, I'm talking about on the entertainment side.
See, he getting him in flower, but just like he said, from the heart though. Good dude.
Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even really stand Fab, my homie, like I fuck with Fab. I wasn't really listening to Fab at the time because he was making a lot of songs for the ladies. But when I heard him on that, we getting money over here. Not even just the song. I heard the song on the DVD and niggas got the rain into that bitch. So I'm like, damn, dog, really is nice like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that BMF wave is what got me on Fab, and I feel like a lot of street niggas with Detroit. I can't speak for other cities, you know, because you can't discredit a nigga like Fab. He a real lyricist, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like you laid the blueprint, like even to this day, like how you say, you know, my thing was to get on camera, motivate the trenches, motivate motherfuckers and all that. And if you really think about it, what do a nigga gotta do right now to this day in the new millennium? What a nigga gotta do? Get in front of that camera, talk that shit, make this shit look good.
There's no way I thought that 21 years later, we'll still be talking about Spank DVD and Raw Report.
Because that recipe, you gotta understand, niggas laid the blueprint.
Yeah, that was the groundwork.
But did you know then, like, this shit gonna be the blueprint 20 years later? Or you just was living and just doing you?
Yo, one thing I did know is that you could never erase it. It's like doing a movie.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna keep that. But somebody's gonna see the value in it, even if it ain't you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I got this. And that's what happened. Just so happened the internet came in. You know what I'm saying? So now that bring everything to life. Just like when I was talking on the phone to this one dude, I didn't know he was recording, but it sounded like an interview.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was recording.
What
I
you
was
talking
just
about?
talking to him. The Cavario.
That shit that went viral?
Yeah, the video went viral with me on the
We was
phone.
both doing some
and I was just saying how you supposed to spend 20% of what you got.
See what I'm saying? Let the man say what he gonna say. That's the only problem. Like before he did all that, tuned in. Then he break it up. Man, let the man talk. Hey, we go end it on there, man. I just wanted to give a small, snippet, just test the waters over here on reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? To find the full interview, go to This Is Not Real This is not a real podcast in Icewell Vizo. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to his channel, man. They got the ball man in front of the camera. It's a good interview, but you know what I'm saying. And I don't like that word, but you know what I'm saying. But and had is like one of the, but it's a good interview. But I just know it could have been greater, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with me if he would have just let Meech told his story, or told a talk. His brother went on Star. He going on him in the pit. He going making his. You know what I'm saying. But if you'd have just let him talk instead of trying to insert himself into the story and insert different little things into what Meech was saying, because it's already known. BMF was known for bringing a bunch of different people from a bunch of different areas together and making it happen. That's a movement. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, the interviewer, man, I'm pretty sure he take notes. He reading the comments. Even myself is saying, get you a line of questioning, line them up, go through them, and let the man talk. And I guarantee if you do another one, it'll surpass this one if you just let the man talk. Find your focal points, time frames you want to talk about, and let them talk. Let them answer your question, and it'll outdo this one. This is supposed to be the one. It got 1 million views, and it ain't been up there for 5 days. That's great. That's awesome. But I could see this being 5 days with it being Big Meech first time speaking, double that million. But I'm just trying. Like I said, I'm trying somehow a new lane. Forgive the setup. I know it's kind of bootleg, but But it's gonna get better because I'm expanding. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the D. Salute to Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? Salute to This Is Not a Real Podcast and Icewell Vizo. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all boys, man. Salute to y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? But as another to another, you know what I'm saying? Boy, y'all can do some things, man. And y'all just them questions, instructional questions. Y'all got the background in it and the equipment and everything. Y'all sitting up there looking, you know what I'm saying? Got your gear on. Presentation is good, but let the man answer the question. I know it's a lot because he got 2 decades worth of stuff he can sit back and just tell you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be great. It could be great. You know what I'm saying? But this the mayor from Birmingham, Alabama, man. Checking in, checking out. Salute.